Hi there, Earth Angels, Starseeds, and Light Workers. Welcome back to the channel Creative Souls. My name's Jenny, and I'm here today to do a sketch. I'm revisiting a skill that I haven't done in a very, very long time. I usually do these ink pen felt tip pen sketches in my bullet journal, and I haven't been doing any of that for quite a long while now, about a year or so. And so I'm thinking I'm out of practice. Well, I thought I was. So anyway, the other thing too is I was going to be bringing a painting to you today in my art journal, because I haven't done any art journaling for a while, and my guides have been telling me I need to journal more. So I do journal, but not necessarily with art. So I did set out to do a painting, and I wanted to make it a twofold exercise. I've got a large painting on the go at the moment, and roses are a part of that painting, and I'm not happy with the way I've done them, and I had an idea of doing them in a palette knife, and I thought, oh, I've never done that before, so I'd like to practice and see how it goes, and if it works well, then I would go over the roses that I have already done, and hopefully make the painting so much better than what it is at this point. And so I set out to do that. I had it all organised, and I was recording right from the start. However, I was not really thinking about the medium that I was working with and the tools that I would be using, and the two don't really go together. I was using my really cheap paint in my art journal, which is Jo Sonja paint, and it's got no body. It just does not work well with a palette knife, and so I had to put it aside to dry so that I could finish it. I'll still go back to it and finish it with a brush. So, but I still needed to do this video, and because I have downloads here, I have about two or three downloads that all sort of go together. I got them on different days, and so obviously it was a message that really does need to be put out there, because I was getting the message told to me in different ways, and so I have to put this out there. So please bear with me. I'll just talk about what I've just got on the desk here right now. The two flowers on the that were that I took off the block, they were the first ones I did. That was a practice run to see how I would go with not using a pencil to draw my drawing in, and then go over it with the felt tip pen, which is what I would prefer not to do. And I did that without a reference, and it was just straight off the top of my head. I don't know what flowers they are, they're just flowers, and it turned out actually really quite good. So I was really pleased, and I thought, well, now I need to do the video. I'll do a rose, just because I had a subject that I could draw from, and so that's what I'm doing now. And these small drawings, they will be original art pieces that I'm going to put into my junk journals that I create. My a lot of my junk journals are like bigger ones. I do journals created at different price points, and so these will be going in the higher end of what I create. And I just wanted to bring something a bit more personalised, something from me, apart from the collages that I do, and you know, the unique way I put my journals together, which is a part of me anyway. But the art is just something more. It just brings it up another level, and it's been something I've been wanting to do for some time. So this is not something I would normally do for this video, unless it's for an actual large art piece that I'm creating. This is just an impromptu task that I'm doing for the video, because I had to come up with something quickly, and this was a great option for me. So that's why I'm doing this, and not a painting as such. So okay, so what I'm using is I've got Sakura micron pens. I've got Faber-Castell Pick pens, and I think there's some cheap felt tip pens by a company called Born. And the paper I'm using is Hannah Mueller Artistico watercolor paper, 300 GSM, and these are 5x7 in size. If you have not done this sort of artwork before, it's a great one to try, especially if you just like to draw and you at this point don't really have any interest in actually painting. You just want to, you know, learn to draw and to do it in different ways, like as in with graphite or charcoal, and pens. This is a really good activity to do. It's quite a peaceful activity, because with all the shading that you add in, like you can do cross hatching, you can do stippling. I'm actually stippling in these. That's why it looks like I'm bouncing the pen up and down. I'm doing zillions of little dots in all the shadow areas. I prefer to do stippling over cross hatching. I'm not really sure why, but I think because I find cross hatching messy, and I don't know, the stippling, I just like it more. So that's what I'm doing. If you don't have felt tip pens, just a ballpoint pen is fine. A lot of artists will use ballpoint pens, and they always can work well. And you can use felt tip or ballpoint pens in different colours too, if you want to. And the paper, it's better if the paper's smooth, and it doesn't have to be 300 GSM. It can be just like drawing paper. You can use copy paper, especially if you're not, you know, if it's just for practicing. copy paper's just fine. I'm actually putting these into journals, so I want these on really good paper, so that's why I'm using this Hannah Mueller. And I'm not really sure what else I can tell you apart from I think for some drawings it's probably a good idea, or it's probably okay. I don't know if it's a good idea, but for me, I think it's okay to leave certain parts out, like the shadows that you put in can define certain areas rather than actually doing an outline for that area, if you know what I mean. I'm not used to explaining how to do art. I'm still very much a student, self-taught student, and so I can only tell you my process, and whether or not that's the right process, I don't know until I've done it. When I don't know if it's right or wrong until I either make a real huge blunder, or if it actually turns out really quite good, so if you're wanting an expert to teach you on this, there are many here on YouTube who can guide you through drawing, sketching, felt tip pen or fountain pen drawing. I have got fountain pens. Sometimes I do use them. I've got dip pens. I don't use them very often, but maybe I will. Maybe I'll bring that more into onto the channel. I certainly do need to practice with them, so I might practice with them in the background and then bring them into the channel for you so that you can see. So anyway, I'm getting on to more of the housekeeping side of things. It has been some time since I've been away from the channel because I don't know if I was going through I was addressing some shadow issues, and the end of March through April, May and June has been a bit of a testing time for me. I found things are a little bit of a challenge, and I just needed to address that. And while it wasn't as deep and sort of dark, I suppose, as what I've already brought to the channel with the abusive relationship, situationship, whatever you want to call it, that I was in, it was still stuff that it was pretty heavy for me, and I didn't want to bring that vibe into the channel, if that makes sense. I just because I didn't want to be passing it on to other people, and I needed to be able to work it out in my mind, so that I could bring the story to you in a way that you would also get some insight, some help, some support, some encouragement from it. And yeah, so I just needed to work it out myself, and I spent the last 2 to 3 weeks with virtually no Instagram, no YouTube, no Facebook, and I stuck pretty much to myself, even in my personal life. I saw my kids a couple of times, and I caught up with 2 of my friends, but only once or twice for each of them. And I really did sort of semi-isolate, and literally my way of getting through that time was to slow right down, to be still, and purposefully stay in the quiet. I turned off the TV, meditated. I didn't even put any music on. I just stayed in stillness and quiet, because I needed to recenter myself. I needed to rebalance, and yeah, I think for the first part of the year, I had started to feel very confident and comfortable in where I was going, what I was doing, and I felt confident in thinking that I had understood what it is that I was being guided to do, and then I hit this point in March that I was suddenly second guessing it. And I think the big part of that is because the whole direction that I was going in felt foreign to me. It was uncomfortable. I'm very much an introvert. I'm not used to putting myself out there to people that I don't know. And I know what it is that I can and can't do at a spiritual level, and I've never really put myself out there in regards to that, apart from to some like-minded friends, and so having to do that, going public with it, was really scary for me, and so I got to a point where I was overthinking and procrastinating, and of course all of that means doubt and fear, but strangely enough, at the same time, I still felt that it was right, that I was right in my understanding of the messages that I had been given in my meditations, for me personally, and but yeah, just overcoming that fear that I had subconsciously started focusing on, and or I don't know, more in my conscious probably, that I was focusing on. Sorry. And but I know that this year being such an important year for growth and change for the future beyond this year, I was feeling that time was running out for me, and I thought that it was really important that I needed to address that for my own personal well-being, my stability, and my overall growth in every area of my life. So I did some meditation at the end of June on the 25th. I've got a meditation here, and this download that I was given is in relation to that fear and doubt. And then the other messages that I received in days after all kind of coincide. They all sort of go together, and I think because I was getting message after message that was all quite sort of similar, was that Spirit was, my guides were trying to convey to me that confirmation in different ways to get it through that I was on the right track. And but I've also been encouraged to share these messages with you. So because I've I thought that there'd be people out there who were going through the same sort of thing, like you feel that you meant to be doing something, you're striving to define what your purpose is in life, what value you can bring to your life for you personally, and in a way that you can help others. And but it is such a scary process, because it does take you out of your comfort zone, and you do second guess yourself. You do second guess even your guides. I've second guessed my guides every step of the way. I'm quite sure that I'm very frustrating for them, but hopefully that is all coming to a gradual close, because it's not somewhere where I want to be staying. I want to progress. I want to change, and the only way for change is to keep moving in to keep moving out of your comfort zone, to keep moving on a path that feels right for you, that feels authentic to you, unique to you, because we all have gifts that are unique to us. So I'll start reading. So on the 25th, I have been given this message for all of us. And it is about overthinking and doubt and fear. Purpose is what feels right but doesn't come easy to you. It's a part of you. Your ability to do whatever that purpose involves is within you. You haven't yet realized your full potential. Every time you start, you learn something new and believe you have finally found you can do it. But then looking for outside acknowledgement leads to self-doubt, because your feelings regarding your achievement has to be put into realistic context. Yes, you achieved, but there's still a long way to go. You get discouraged and see that as failure, that you haven't achieved anything. Fear to continue for more letdowns from you, and you hope for instant success. I've obviously left out a word there because I had to write so quickly. Success is not instantaneous. It's something that evolves. So I've been encouraged not to be so concerned with what other people think, and not to look for outside confirmation, to look within. If you're sitting in stillness and really focusing on your heart space, you will find the answers, is what I'm understanding from that. And given the bit of work that I have put in the last several weeks, I do believe that 100%, 200%. So, and yeah, success, definitely, it comes from constantly working towards that goal that you're aspiring to. Nothing comes instant. Each step that you take is a lesson for the future. Sort of, it gives you information for what to do next. And the more you do, the more successful you become. So, then on the 3rd, in addition to the message, put one foot in front of the other, steady and consistent. When retrogrades are challenging, go with the flow. Don't swim against the current. Something about undercurrents drawing you away from your destination. Journal as much as possible. Stay free of electronics, like TV, social media, etc. And continue to seek stillness and go out in nature, find ways to ground yourself and meditate more. So that I was actually getting confirmation that the strategies that I was using to get through this testing time that I was having were correct. That was a really good set of strategies for me. As for the being consistent and steady, I think that means is that The higher source doesn't expect you to go like fast and burn yourself out. That's not what is wanted of you. Take things slowly so that you don't miss anything, because in all the little details you will find processes that will work better for you and will be of more benefit to your long-term goal. And if you're consistent in doing all this, like when you come up to a part that is seeming to be a bit more of a challenge, don't think to yourself, I can't do this, or this is too hard, it's not working. And if you're not seeing a better solution straight away, don't think that you've failed. You haven't failed. You've come to a point where you need to stop and pay attention. The answers are there. You know what the answers are. You're just not seeing them yet, and your sense of doubt or fear is telling you that you're on the wrong path, that you're not doing things correctly, when you actually are. And you could be having negative energies in your energy field that you're picking up on, and those negative energies might not want you to succeed, and so it could be that, or it could be just you doubting yourself. And just go within, just stop for a minute, and just sort of say to yourself, this is not working, this is not the best strategy, there is another strategy out there, and I will find it. It will come to me. When I come up to this sort of situation, what I normally do is I do stop. I reflect on what it is that I have done. I will reflect on the tools that I've used. Say like I'm painting, for example. All right, that's just an easy one. And I'll look at what paint colours I'm using and how I'm mixing them, and I will take another look at my reference image, and if the answer's still not coming to me, I will stop that task altogether, and I will go on with another task. For my goal that I have, my long-term goal, I have got a to-do list of all these different steps that I need to undertake to be able to achieve that goal. And a lot of those steps I have already started. None are finished, but I have already started them. And so I'll pick up one of those tasks and I'll go on with that. And in the meantime, even though I try and stay present as much as possible, the issue of not being able to follow through on the previous task, the one I had the challenge with, will be in the background, and then later on in the day, when I'm sitting and doing absolutely nothing, that situation will come to my consciousness, and I will think about it for a little while, and suddenly I'll get an idea, and I'll think, oh, actually that might work, I'll try it. And so that's usually what I do. that's one of my strategies. Yeah, so you've got to do what's right for you. And I think with in regards to the retrogrades, because they are such testing times for most of us, it is easier to go with the flow, to just, when things are happening, deal with it at the time. Don't go about. I think what I'm always guided to do, especially now, is to not to preempt what might happen in the future, and just to continue to stay present, and stay on the path, because if you're on your path, you are going with the flow. And even if there is a problem that arises, it's not going to be one that you can't overcome. So then on, to add to that, the next day I got another message that was very similar to that, the middle part of the message that I've just given you, and it just confirmed what was already said. I had a vision of a small stream with flat stones, and they were sort of placed strategically like stepping stones, and I was walking in the stream, stepping onto the stones, but I was walking upstream against the current. Spirit says there's an easier path, that yet again I was going against the grain. So I needed to recenter myself, get back into present, and to, just go with the flow type of thing. And going against the grain is counterintuitive, and the undercurrents, they're distractions. That's metaphorically ways of you distracting yourself from your path. And so to be mindful of when those distractions come up, reflect on that straight away as to why you're about to go and do something that is not going to be of value to you in the present and the long term, and to try and stop yourself from doing that. The last part of the message is a channeled message about our sense of peace. Now, I know I've just recently, I've known for some time that life has become very peaceful for me, but it really did hit home for me very, very recently. And so I've been given this message. So this is for all of you out there who have finally, after trauma, created peace in your life. And it's the longest part of the message. Peace has recently been brought to your awareness. The sense of calmness cannot be disrupted by anyone seeking your light. In fact, your light is dimmed to them. You've come to the realization of what you want in life, and the boundaries you've placed around your auric field have become too dense for lower frequencies to find it, let alone penetrate your peace. Much of this has been fine-tuned in your subconscious. So if you're not aware you've achieved this state of protection, that is okay. My right ear is ringing loudly right now, just right now. Okay, thank you. You've been able to achieve this with the help of your divine guidance. So when you are told you are protected from your guides, your ancestors, angels, and of course divine source, you now know how you are being protected. In your sleep, in your meditations and times of silence, there has been a protective process created and built around you, which is a healing process. It's done in your subconscious, so you don't even realize half the time how much you are healing, because it's done in the background by your guides and your angels, etc. So yeah, and I've lost where I'm up to. Created and built around you. From this process, you were able to begin to feel that you are safe to breathe and rebuild yourself for your new identity with your authenticity soon to be revealed. So you're about to timeline shift. You've created, you've refound who you are. You've remembered who you are. You've remembered what you're capable of. And you're about to jump a timeline. And how wonderful is that? I'm really excited. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to this big change, this huge shift in my life. Now is the time for you to rise and be seen. You are a healer and have the inner strength through your reclaimed power. You now have the sense of purpose you have. Turn the page. You have been seeking, and whichever way you decide to be of service to others is unique to you. That part is within you, and you will reflect all the parts of yourself that are light, passionate, and from your unconditional love. Now that part is confirming the very first message that I gave you right at the beginning of these downloads, channeled messages that I've been getting. That is the way it has been for me and for many others. That's what Spirit's telling me. My spirit guide Henry said that is the way it has been for me, and he has said it is also for many others. So that is just such a beautiful, I love that part of the message. I love all the message, but when I wrote that, it was the first time I've actually really channeled a message like the other parts of this message that I've been given to you. I'm really excited about this because this is the first stage of my big changes. And but I haven't done that channeling. I haven't done it to that extent for so long now, and I have missed it. It kind of felt like I had been put on hold because my husband was so sick with cancer, and then his passing and my stage of grief, and then not long after that, meeting that someone that created so much destruction to my mental and emotional stability. I feel like I have been put on hold, not forgotten about, but I kind of feel like, and I don't know if I'm right in saying this. If anyone is out there and knows what it is that I'm trying to express here and it's incorrect, please tell me. But I kind of feel like I haven't, like, I know that I haven't been forgotten about, but I do feel like my life, in my spiritual growth, part of my life has been put on hold because I was already facing too much, and I wouldn't have enough in me to be able to, I wouldn't have had the strength within me to be able to face the amount of strength and belief and understanding of what would be needed for this next stage of my life, which is now just happening. And when I did this meditation and channeled this message, I wrote every word as it was told to me. It was like I was doing dictation for my spirit guide, and I was doing it in longhand, and I had writer's cramp, major writer's cramp at the end of that 2.5 page part of that message. It was unbelievable. I was absolutely blown away. Anyway, I just wanted to share that to you because I have worked so hard to get to this point. I have wanted for so long to feel that connection with my guides once again, and I'm finally starting to, and it's very exciting for me. And it's because of that I know that I'm on the right track. And I do believe that many of you are too. So peaceful blessings to you all. Much love.